I used to focus on nothing but outer game, nothing but the attraction stuff. I want the lines, What's inner game? That's nothing, that's ridiculous.
The first one, she's a billionaire and you're poor scum, hoping to God you could get something from her. And you act through that, and you come across just, it reeks out of you. Even when you try to block it, you just reek of desperation and clinginess and hope that you get something and hope that you can rein this value in. Anybody feel that? You understand that? So when you feel yourself doing that, you need to stop back and go, every time I do that, that's a guaranteed recipe for not having attraction. Every time I overreach like that, I lose the girl. I need to rein it the fuck in. Pull it the fuck back in, all right? And say, all right, I know for a fact, you don't create friends by overreaching. You push people, think of this, you push people away when you overreach. You ever had somebody be too nice to you, just too nice, just kiss your ass? Does it feel good or does it feel like, ugh, God, get off me? Is that how you feel? Okay, so even when, you have to remember this forever. That's another time we overreach. When we feel a girl pulling away that we're dating. So we freak the fuck out. We're like, ah! All right? I've done it. We've all done it. So remember, overreaching is one of the fastest recipes for lack of attraction. And it's the fastest recipe for to be a complete pussy with men. Okay? That doesn't mean you can't compliment somebody and say, hey, I love how you did this and this and that, but it needs to come from a place of genuine, I'm stating this fact versus I want something out of this. I'm not being nice so you'll be nice back. Does that make sense? I'm not being nice so you'll like me. Okay? Blowouts, yeah, Pendrix. Blowouts, I mean, we've already said a lot of this stuff, but blowouts, I love that. Pendrix, if you're not getting blown out, you're not trying hard enough, right? How to deal with blowouts. A couple things, it's not the Super Bowl, it's just practice. It's not Super Bowl, it's just practice. I always like to say your first 2,000 approaches, you can't get upset until you've done 2,000 approaches because the first 2,000 are just practice. So tonight when you get blown out, be like, whoop, I got 1,999 more to go before I even can care. Practice that though, all right? Also, something redirect energy. I got this from a guy named Tim, I love some of his stuff. He says, he's like, when I get blown out, I get the fucking fury inside. He's like, when I get blown out, I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. Not that he's mad at her. In his head, he's like, okay, fuck that, that's not me. Hey, what's up? Boom, he just takes that energy and just throws it somewhere else. Now, he's not mad at the girl, but he doesn't take it on himself. He doesn't create a meaning. It comes this way, and he's like, let's go this way with it. Does that make sense? Redirect energy. Another one is have a memory like a goldfish. Have a memory like a goldfish. Goldfish's memory is, how long, Jeremy? 3 seconds, right? I would say my roommate, Carlos, he's just like pussy hound, I guess you'd say. He's just, everywhere we go, he has it on every girl. He loves girls, all right? So he can't turn it off. So I remember one time we were doing a workshop. He's like, he gets blown out over here, and he comes up, he's from Guatemala, and he comes up, and he's like, God damn it, Braddock, did you see that blonde girl? Hey, what's your name? He couldn't even finish the sentence without the blowout, okay? Because he just forgets it that fast. Forget, relish in your successes, forget the bad shit like that. Just let it go, quickly. All right, getting into state, good state and a bad state. All right, getting in a good state, I think one of the biggest fallacies guys, or one of the biggest mistakes I see is guys try to create this pickup persona, and they try to flip a switch when they go out. And they're like, all right, now I gotta put my game hat on, it's game time, right? Instead of creating this momentum all day long and being like, that's who I am, instead of being like, here's this persona I put on every once in a while. A, that's not healthy, and B, it's fucking impossible to keep that up. Because then you're like, you'll feel fake too. But what you want to do is realize what you want to do is build momentum, all right? Now, and I get it on a different level now. This last year and a half, I've really been focused on business, and I'm talking 15-hour days sometimes with work behind a computer, not talking to anyone. So I have a new perspective of some of you guys of I was doing a lot of workshops, oh, you just do this and you should be warmed up, right? I get it now. You go out and you're like, fuck, I have been working all day. I haven't talked to anybody in 3 days. I talked to even somebody on the phone, and I'm like, can't remember how to talk, Anybody feel like that sometimes? Have a very logical job? Okay, so you need to give yourself permission to warm up and let your brain realize what you're trying to access. Does that make sense? When I first teach a seminar, when I teach a boot camp, my first 5-10 minutes of boot camp is usually pure shit. Because my brain's going, what is this? What's he trying to access here? What's he doing? What's he doing? Then it finally goes, oh, this is that thing he does. This is the thing. Here, give him this. Boom. Then we start accessing those neurons. I'm teaching a workshop, and boom, we just flow. Here it comes. Does that make sense? So you need to give yourself permission to warm up. How long do I warm up? How long do you warm up? However fucking long it takes. Right? I don't give yourself permission to take 2 hours to warm up if that's what it takes. It may take you 5 minutes. Okay? And so to warm up, what I always say is talk to everyone. So when I'm in the cab, what's up, man? How you doing? Where are you from? Just get social. Think talkative and playful with everybody. On the day you know you're going out, I flirt with every girl I see. Old lady behind the counter, lady on the phone, everybody. Just because I want my mind accessing that stuff. That social stuff. Make sense? When you get to the club, talk to the door guy. Talk to guys. What's up, man? This place good? What are the girls like? Oh, cool, whatever. Talk to the talk to people that are paid to be nice to you. If you're really nervous, talk to people that are paid to be nice to you. Talk to the doorman, the shot girls, the bartender, everybody. Okay? Warm up. Then talk to fat girls and ugly girls and old ladies, cougars. Because they're really usually nice to you, and I'll just flirt like crazy with them. I won't escalate or make out with them or anything, but I'll flirt with them like crazy. It makes them have a great night. They feel good. Nobody talks to those ladies. So when you do that, they feel great about it, and it creates a lot of momentum inside you. Okay? Anytime I get blown out 3 or 4 times, I'm getting a yuck feeling inside. I'm like, dude, stop. Let's go warm up again. And I'll go find some girls that I can just build some momentum, get my confidence back rolling, and then here we go. A lot of guys walk in the club and they're like, I read this stuff. I should be able to get 10s. Where's the 10? There she is. Right? Build momentum. Get over this whole idea of like, I can only talk to hot girls. Well, of course, I love hot girls. But my new mindset is I love women. And I flirt with all women. Of course, when I see a stunner that really gets me excited, I'm like, whoa, excuse me, wow. You were gorgeous. I'm Nick. I had to meet you. Who are you? That's different. You're still gonna have that yes for the girls you want, but just create a whirlwind of fun everywhere you're at. Where you're at is the fucking party. Everywhere these feet go is the fucking party. Does that make sense? Everybody get that? That's a different vibe than pickup ninja sneaking through the room to pick off the 10. Get over that bullshit. All right. So the warm-up, I would say, you know when you're there is when the Superman cape drops. Anybody had a night where you're just on and you're like, whoa, holy shit. Well, when I started teaching boot camps, I was like, dude, I have to be on every night. Holy fuck. Oh, shit. And I started realizing I couldn't go home because I was in a bad state. These guys paid $3,000. I gotta get my shit together. So that's when I started warming up. That's when I figured that out. It started clicking for me. And what I do is just warm up for however long it takes me until the Superman cape drops. I'm like, there we go. I'm on fire now. I can feel it. Let's go. Then it's just start going for more girls I like. Graduating up all night. Build momentum. Okay? Also, bring value to the room. A lot of guys I see, not on my boot camps, but dudes in the club, they're like the velociraptor waiting for the deer to run by so they can attack it. They don't look desperate as much as they look like, I need something because I'm not having fun. I need something to make me have fun. Does that make sense? You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be like that. You want to be like, when I go to the club, I go primarily to do what? Have a blast, connect with a bunch of people, be social, get a bunch of good energy from the room, and bring a bunch of good energy to the room. Does that make sense? Not necessarily the whole room, but wherever you're at. I may not move the whole night from this one spot. I usually find a high traffic spot I like and just kind of kick it right there. And whoever comes through, let's have some fun. I'm having fun already. You want to have some fun with me? No? Okay, sorry. Hey, you want to have some fun with me? We're having fun whether you're playing or not. So blowouts don't change anything because I'm already having fun. I was seeing if you want to play. Do you guys get that mindset? Completely different than pickup artist, extraction, hostage situation, removal of the girl. Jesus. Okay. Focus on one or two things. You guys have read way too much shit. Your brain operates when it's best when it's free. If you're trying to access memory, you're going to be 1 second behind all night long. Who's felt like that? When you're trying to memorize a routine, what's that routine I should have used? And you're trying to access memory, what happens? You're just a little bit behind. It's a little bit off. And you're not present in the conversation. Make sure, I'm teaching trigger words twice this weekend. Come to it at least once. Everybody promise me that? Please, I'm telling you I invented that because guys desperately needed it because they weren't in the moment and they're focused on too much shit. Trigger words put you in the moment, okay? So like usually I'll be like, when I'm talking to guys on boot camp, I'm like, go at some point, I want you to play Marry, Fuck, Kill with that girl. Well, what should I open with? Shut the fuck up. Go. You'll figure it out. And if you give your mind 1 or 2 goals, they'll go, I can do that. Hey, just go open her and come back to me. Okay. Hey, 10 minutes later, you're still there. 1 or 2 goals. 1 or 2 goals. You know, if I'm working on transitioning, I'm working on transitioning for the night. Anything past transitioning is a bonus, but I'm working on transitioning. Does that make sense? 1 or 2 goals. Don't read the fucking routines manual before you go out 57 routines and think you're going to access that. That's not going to happen. All right? That's going to fuck you up. Getting into a bad state. What causes a bad state? Focusing on too many things, like we just talked about. Reading too much shit. I need to do all this stuff tonight. Another thing that causes a bad state is focusing on all the bad outcomes. Focusing on all the bad things that could happen. Focusing on the bad things that have happened in your past. Focusing on the bad things that happened 5 minutes ago. All right? So what you want to focus constantly on proactive. How many of you, who said they've been in the zone before? You're like, dude, I was killing it that night. I guarantee you got blown out several times once you hit that state and didn't even notice it. Because you're feeling so good, you're like, whatever, next one, boom, let's go, yes, I'm rocking. Anybody felt like that? Okay, so when you did that, were you focusing on that you're rocking and having fun, next girl, this room's the shit, I'm having a blast tonight? Or did you focus on that blowout and live in it and just rub it all over you and feel like shit? Huh? That make sense? So, are you focusing on too many things? Are you focusing on the worst shit that happens and living in it? And, hey, big man, what is our ruminations? What is it? What's ruminations? Chewing on the same thought over and over. Inner game in general with life. Rumination is one of the most dangerous things you can do in your life. It causes more pain than almost anything. How many of you guys chew on a bad thought almost all the fucking time? Okay, well, listen, ruminations are what kill your game, too. It's hard to when 80% of your processor, your brain, is running on that rumination, it's hard to use, you're using 20 to try to have fun with. Let it go. Let it go. Why are we here? Dude, remember, sometimes you need to step back and get perspective and go, this isn't the fucking Super Bowl, all right? There's 3 billion girls on this planet, and tomorrow, this never happened. It's just a memory, just a little tiny wrinkle in my brain. So I need to calm the fuck down and have some fun with this shit. This ain't the Super Bowl. I wouldn't get this upset over a goddamn Halo. Why don't I calm down and have some fun with this? Does that make sense? Give yourself some perspective. Step back. Slap the shit out of yourself. Don't ruminate. Remember like a goldfish. Let's go. Let's have fun. This is the shit. This is a great thing. We're having the most fun we could possibly be having. Why the fuck am I ruminating on a blowout from a 22-year-old girl who probably can't pay her rent that I'll never see again? She defines me. My life's over. Stop. Stop that shit. That's not what defines you. Don't ruminate. How to deal with ruminations? Yesterday we talked about like power statements or mantras. So like a lot of times, you remember that your brain can only focus on like one thought at a time. It can only hold one thought present at a time. So if you're ruminating, you're holding that thought present, you need a new thought. Don't sit there and go, don't think about that, don't think about that, don't think about that. That won't work, right? You need to say something that like refocuses you and puts you in a different headspace. So I see some of you guys gave some good ones yesterday. Who was it? One of the guys, it's like, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. So like when you go to approach, don't think routine, 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 routine. Just be like, I'm on fire, Fearless, fearless, fearless. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I love women, let's go. Whatever. You want to pound like a one thought in your brain, keeps you from ruminating. If you're going to ruminate on something like that. Does that make sense? Pick one statement, everybody write down one right now. That's like, so when you feel approach anxiety, or when you get blown out, what's something you could say right now that you'd be like, all right, that gets me back. When I get blown out, I'm usually like, I'll usually be like, life is good, 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 life is good. Whatever you want to say that reminds you, like, that means nothing. That means nothing, right? Or I'll be like, I love the one limitless, 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 limitless. He'll say that like before, like as he's walking into the club to himself. Not, oh my God, this is Tao, this is a really hard club. Look, you think these girls will like me? Oh, they're so hot. They're probably like rich guys. You're chewing and ruminating on stupid ass shit that's not helping you. Versus being like, I love women, fearless, 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 fearless. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hell yeah, fun, 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 fun. I know that sounds silly. Some of the easiest inner game tricks are the best inner game tricks. Everybody promise me you'll try this tonight? And listen, none of this, you're not trying to get into a state where you're like jacked up all the time. You're trying to get in a state where you feel good and you feel neutral. You're not too high, you're not too low. This kind of stuff pulls you back to neutral. And if you feel yourself ruminating, a lot of this is just being able to identify it's happening. A lot of times we don't know we're ruminating. We just feel like shit, and we're like, I feel like shit. And if we could get in your head, we'd be like, dude, you repeat the worst shit in your head 75,000 times tonight. No wonder you feel like shit. Thoughts create feeling, right? Thoughts create feeling. Thoughts create feeling. So if you're gonna feel something, why don't we feel this? Pick something you believe. Pick something proactive. All right? Okay, how do we get good at this over 6 months, a year? A lot of you guys, hopefully not, after hearing some of the things I'm teaching, a lot of you guys play pickup. You play pickup for a weekend, and then you give up. And you probably dabble at a bunch of other shit in your life. I did. I used to all the time. I'd start this and then give up. Start this and give up. Start this and give up. Anytime you start a process, a book I want you all to read is called Mastery by George Leonard. And then there's another book that's great. It's called The Dip. I can't remember his name. Something. I don't know, whatever. The Dip. But what it says in The Dip is, in Mastery, he says, people that dabble, they get addicted to that first big jump you get. Like when you first start doing something new, you get a big jump. That's when you're going to get the most growth, like a huge spike in your growth right away. Doesn't mean you're good, but you're like, wow, that felt really good. If we played tennis and you had a tennis instructor, that first week is when you get the biggest spike. After that week, you go huge curve, then it would go like this. It'd probably even be more like this. It'd still be going up, but it's gradual. Do you get that? And so you'd be like, oh. And the problem is the plateaus don't feel as good. It's not addicting to have a plateau. Boot camp, Friday night, everybody's like, whoa, my God, I've never opened a girl. That was crazy. Holy shit. Saturday, we call it the day 2 blues. Because Friday, they go whoosh. And Saturday, they go whoosh. And they're like, well, that wasn't as good as Friday. I'm like, dude, you're here. Thursday, you're here, and you're upset with yourself. It's been 2 days. You're retarded. All right? Fall in love with the process. Get over the outcome. Get over the need for the outcome. What makes us truly feel good in life is actually the process, not the outcome, right? How many of you guys you ever started a business and made a shitload of money? The money felt good for a little bit of time, but looking back on it, what was awesome? Building that thing. All that flow you felt while you built your business and created that thing. Is that right? I mean, the money feels good, but it's short-lived. It doesn't mean you don't want it, but it's short-lived, right? So accept that there are highs, lows. Just write it down right now. Nick said there will be highs, lows, and plateaus. Put a star by it. If you can get the guys that separates the good from the great are the guys that fall off the wagon and they're like, oh, well, it didn't work for me. It's because they could not handle the lows and the plateaus. How do we handle the lows? Everything I've given you before this is going to help you with the lows, right? All those times you feel like shit, all those times you're like, damn, I don't know if I can do this again. You need to go, stop. I'm creating a bad meaning. I'm making this a Super Bowl. And realize, like anytime you get at a new process, it's like 3,000 little pieces that you slowly put together over time. It's kind of like going to the gym. If you go to the gym and you work out today and you don't have a six-pack, or you're like, oh, going to the gym doesn't work for me. Is that how you think? Of course not. And sometimes you go to the gym and don't you feel like, damn it, I could do more weight last week. What the fuck? Happens sometimes, right? Do you get upset and go need 15 self-help books? Or do you go, oh well, I'll be back tomorrow, right? So one of the most important things for getting good at the process, for the 6 month to a year path, it takes 6 months. If you hit this hard for 6 months, you'll be pretty fucking good. Promise. All right? Is keep showing up. Promise yourself you'll keep showing up. No matter what, I keep showing up. Just show up. Just be like, you know what? Don't create a bunch of rules that are like, I'll keep going if I hit this goal by this date. Make this fucking easy on yourself. Quit creating a game you can't win. Make sense? Quit creating a game you can't win. You run your own race, you'll be good when you're fucking good. What's the alternative? You give up and you're where you're at your current level? You want that? Just fall in love with the process and go, I'll get really good someday. If I keep showing up, I'll get good. I'm gonna have a lot of bad nights, a lot of good nights, but it's gonna be fun as shit. What a cool mission I'm on. This will be awesome. It's gonna be fun. All right? One of my really good mentors, actually one of my roommates, he's like a gajillionaire, great at everything. And I actually did a really, really long one-on-one with him. It was a couple months, like maybe like 6 months. I don't even know, it was a long time. And it kind of stressed me out because it was a lot of money, and I was like, dude, I don't do one-on-ones. One-on-ones to me are very expensive, and this guy just paid for a ton of them. What if I don't get him the results he wants? It really put a lot of stress on me. And I was like, dude, you have to trust me. I'm only gonna do this if you trust me fully. He's like, dude, of course, that's why I picked you. He's like, all right. First 2 or 3 weeks, all we did was opening and transitioning. 3 weeks in, this dude's paying me thousands of dollars a day. We're on week 3, and we're only doing opening and transitioning. Oh my God, if that had been anybody else, they'd be like, what the fuck, where are we in? You should have told me all that you're supposed to be, right? Why did we do that? I was like, you have to trust me. Why? Because I knew he needed to do that. That's the process to mastery. He needed that. That was the foundation. He wasn't ready for the next step. Does that make sense?